What is up, and welcome back, everybody. Potato Slayer 3 here. Today we're checking out a game called Space Scavenger, which is an action roguelike space game where we battle enemies, explore planets, and customize our ship with quirky mods. This game's pretty cool. We get to explore some weird planets and dimensions that have all sorts of aliens, and we're just trying to get to the end point and expand our ship to be an alien killing machine and a dimension exploring machine as well. So without further ado, let's get right into this and check this game out.
One, two, three, four.
So starting off here, we have our little 1x1 ship, and we have just a little laser, and we have these little aliens that are gonna come after us. Now these guys get significantly more difficult later on, but for now it's pretty easy. And on these dimensions, we have to just circle these planets, and that'll unlock us new parts. We can then take these parts and attach them to our ship to make it larger, and eventually we'll get more weapons, shields, and even some more tools for mining these rocks and some other things here. And after you scan a planet, all of the enemies in the map will show up as red little dots on the mini map, and then we'll be able to warp using these black holes into a new area. Now we have to get to certain levels, and then once we reach an endpoint, we'll get a nice little shop, and we'll be able to warp to a new dimension with new enemies and much harder things. Now we're getting a little tougher with the enemies here. We have some larger ones, and it looks like we have a solar panel there that could be very useful to us. Let's kill some of these enemies first. A lot of enemies right at the start, as you can tell by the carnage. Now let's add our solar panel onto it, and if we hover over it, we can see what it's doing for us. It increases our energy regeneration. Now there's some weapons that use energy, and we'll need those for later on when we have those weapons. I believe there's lasers and some tools that we can use that will use up energy, and that is regained faster with our solar panels. And speaking of lasers, we just unlocked our first laser here. Let's attach that to the side. We also unlocked a new engine from destroying another one of these ships. Now this engine is actually really cool because it adds thrust, but only in the direction that you're moving. So if I move forward like that, it gives me extra boost, but if I move backwards or side to side, it's still the same amount. And that's where rotating your ship comes in handy, because that'll activate our boosters based on where we're looking. Now if you look around the laser, we have a circle around it, and as I'm shooting, that will use up some energy, and our solar panel helps just regain that a little faster. Now this laser is definitely going to help out shooting these aliens, especially later on when they get a little bit more feisty. And coming out of our first universe here and into our first shop, we've made a few upgrades to the ship. We have added a ammo crate and a nail gun, which is actually really good. It actually allows us to destroy resources and asteroids, so we can get a little bit more space for us, because I was getting stuck behind some asteroids while fighting some enemies, and I did take a little damage. That's alright, because we can repair here using a crystal, and getting these crystals is pretty easy. We can either recycle some of these parts or mine them on some asteroids using our nail gun. We've also added a few little minor pieces like these beams, but they don't really do too much for us, and we could recycle them, but I'm going to leave them for now just in case. And inside the shop here, we can spend our crystals, which we have 5 right now, which is actually a pretty good amount, to buy either hammer, better boosters, or a beam. Now I think for now we're going to upgrade our booster. This looks like maybe it's a level 2 or a little bit better than what we have. Now this one actually attaches sideways, which is interesting. Just make sure we put that on the right side so we're getting some boost forward. A little bit of construction work there, and we got our ship put back together. Now we do have a lot more boost than the other one. I did scrap the other one because I don't think we're going to need it, so we can just spend another point on repairing ourselves. Now another way we can repair ourselves is when we see the ships inside of the map that we can destroy and get some parts from. They usually drop some HP for us, or just like some scrap metal that'll add to our health. Now coming to this area, this just looks like it's a gaseous area. Seems like these guys explode into some dust here. That slows us down. Now it doesn't look like that's doing damage, but that's going to be a problem if it lets the aliens get close to us. So it seems like we're definitely going to have to upgrade our firepower here. And it looks like that poison powder up there definitely does some damage, because it actually affected the other aliens on the screen. And what is this thing? Looks like we've got a shield. Oh yeah, it actually blocks them from coming inside there. Wonder how long that lasts if I could just farm them and stay inside of it. And we have another thruster. Looks like that one is a left and right thruster, which is nice, because now we have forward and left and right. We don't have backward yet, but that should be alright for now. Ooh, and a rapid laser. That one actually scraps for a little bit more than the regular laser, so I'm certain that that does more damage, and it's a little bit better. It does say it's a burst, so that's nice. Now, another nice thing is maybe we want to test out a weapon and we aren't sure, so we can grab that and just put in our cargo. We have 2 slots, and we can hold that on for later. Now, another thing with our nail gun is, oh, and I gotta switch our laser to be working, and it said it was a burst, but this is actually full auto, so that's nice to have. Certainly doing some more damage as well. Now, another thing with our nail gun is we do have ammo for it. As you can see, the red circle there, it does go down, and the aliens will drop ammo crates, which we can pick up and get more ammo. I haven't had issues with running out of ammo yet, but I'm assuming later on maybe we will. And here's these crystals I was talking that you can mine. So if we shoot those with our nail gun, we get usually just one. Sometimes we can find multiple on there, but if I had just the laser, I don't think I can actually mine it with that. So it's nice that we unlocked a nail gun this early on. And this world actually has a shop midway through, which is interesting and kind of scary. Maybe it's hinting at something a little bit farther ahead. Now, last world I did take just a little bit of damage, but it is but a scratch. Luckily we do have 6 points that we can repair just a few with. Looks like there's a battle drone for 5. Now, luckily we have something in our cargo, which we can just recycle. Now we have 5, and let's try out this battle drone. Sounds like it's gonna be pretty cool. Luckily we can just attach that to a nail gun, and then maybe that will do drone stuff and just go out by itself and attack them while we're hunting down the planets. And there's our little battle drone there going out to work. Looks like he has some energy that he has to save up, and then he'll come back and go back out, which makes sense. It'd be a little overpowered if he just stayed out all the time. Now also I unlocked a piece of armor here, which I just put as like a ram bar. So if we ran into anything from up front, we could save a little health, especially because we're getting a little low in this area right now. And we flew up there, which was cool to see, but not cool to do. Now I was hoping that armor would block us, but we were getting pounded by a horde there. So let's do one more attempt here and see how far we can get. I'm hoping to get past 2 this time because we're so close. We're just 1 away. But on our first universe and into the shop, we have a decent looking ship so far. We got a new weapon to us, which is a spiked armor and a boomerang. And the boomerang does what you expect a boomerang to do. It goes out and then boomerangs right back. Now, unfortunately, we only have 1 crystal, which I'm not sure how we didn't get any more along the way, but I guess that means we're just going to warp on and hope we live to the next. Now, we managed to do the rest with minimal damage, so we'll see how this poison area goes. And we've unlocked quite an interesting weapon here called the Hailstorm. Now, this actually does freeze enemies, and it kind of launches out of the back of us, which is weird because we had to move some stuff around, and now our engine is on the side of our ship. But that's all right because this is definitely better than having just a boomerang and the nail gun. Now, the nail gun by itself is pretty good, and we're probably just going to end up getting rid of the boomerang at some point for the crystals, and we can buy stuff later on. The Hailstorm is definitely going to help us out because it freezes those enemies that usually get up close with us and do some damage with their poison. Now, we aren't doing terrible on health here, and we've unlocked a sword, which is great because it actually does block bullets, and it'll hit them back towards the enemies if we hit it in time, but it does use up some of our energy. Luckily, we have 2 batteries, but we don't have solar panels yet, so it comes back quite slow. Now, it doesn't look like there's anything too interesting here, so we're just going to heal up and move on from here. And we've unlocked quite a bit of cool weapons here. We unlocked a auto sentry, so that just shoots for us, and we unlocked a zapper. I'm not sure how well this is going to work for us because it's facing backwards right now, but I'm sure it'll be fine, just kind of taking up space. And if we look at our auto turret, let's just get close to this guy here. That's just shooting for us. Don't even have to be looking at him, and we can take him out. And coming out of the 4th world, we've taken some damage, as you can tell, but we did collect a lot more crystals, so that's good. We'll heal up before going on to our next world. Now, I've never been to the next one, so I have no idea what's to come for us. Now, I'm really interested in this electric mace because it's just said it's a ball of death, but we're gonna have to do some restructuring with our ship because I think this is going to be one that has to touch them or get close to them. So let's just wiggle a little bit of this around, and it's not what I thought it was going to be, but I think that's actually better because we don't have to get too close with that, and then we can use our freezer to freeze them right on the edge and hopefully not take any damage. Now let's see what this next world has for us. Looks like it's some kind of fire world, which is interesting. Now I am kind of low on health and already getting attacked right off the bat, so let's see. So that mace is doing us some good work. Looks like it actually freezes them. And we've also got a battle drone that just dropped over there. Now, I should be using this in combo with my other thing. This has got a ton of stuff going on though, so it's hard to take a moment just to pick up what we've got. Now, I think we're gonna switch out this bug zapper for our drone because that's automated. We don't have to do anything with it. Now, let's just fly down here. I don't know if we'll take damage from those, but I don't want to risk that. We definitely do take damage. I just took a little bit there. Was not paying attention there. And we're cutting it close with that. Let's quickly throw a new piece on. That does give us a little bit extra health, which is nice. And we'll roll around at these guys. Looks like we got a flame turtle there. Just got froze up. Now, something we do have to worry about is these both do use electricity, and we still don't have anything that recharges that. We don't have any solar panels yet. Now, luckily, we do have two things that are automated, so they kind of do some work for us while we're sitting back and maybe waiting to heal. Took some damage there. That's not great. A little too fat to fit through that hole. This electricity thing is definitely great because it stops them from progressing towards me and gives me just a second to kill them with the freezer or get away from them if I need to. So yeah, coming out of this world, we're definitely going to need to get some solar panels if we can find them, because we are running out of electricity very fast. Maybe pick up a toxic launcher, which this is actually really cool because it uses stuff that we've seen in the last round, in the last universe there, and it'll just leave a toxic area. Now I think we can take damage from that, so I think I'm probably going to stray away from using that and stick to weapons that I can't hurt myself with. And something cool I just picked up is a radar, so now we can actually see where things are on the map instead of just guessing or waiting till we scanned all of the planets. It also shows where the ships are that have been taken out, and we can pick up parts from them, hopefully, or just heal up a little bit from the parts they drop. And things are getting a little hectic over this corner. If you look at the mini-map, you can see we're surrounded pretty much over here. Just squeeze by. Now those turtles are something we don't have to worry about because they spit fire out three sides, and that's definitely not good because we could be pretty much anywhere and still take damage from them. Now, the thing I'm struggling with right now is I have mostly close quarters weapons, and these things are something we want to be a little bit away from. And we're running a little low on HP, as you can see. Now, we do have 2 more planets and a ton more enemies, so I'm not sure how far we're going to last on this one. We could even just die to this planet here. As I was saying, we could just die to that planet there. Mildly embarrassing. Well, that was a pretty good run, and I want to thank you all for watching. And if you like this kind of stuff, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.